ratified the decision to allow Ganduje as the APC chairman for now, national chairman for now. The president did make certain statements, and you and I were on the conversation on hard facts yesterday, so we probably didn't get, but it's reported and published on several newspapers, and so I'm just going to pose two newspapers together so we can have a quality understanding of what I'm trying to gain from this big story. So now, as seen on Channels TV's website with the caption, APC facing challenges in court but 2023 elections among most credible, Tinubu is credited with the statement, the party is in your hands, but let's redirect this party. Let's show the rest of the country that we are a country united for a purpose, and that purpose, development, progress, and posterity will not forgive us if we veer off that path. We honor their wishes, but we course into the future. It is an honorable thing. Yes, we are facing challenges in court, and I say this is one of the most free and fair elections in the history of Nigeria. So yeah, you heard it, not my words. I didn't fabricate the words or the statement. You heard it from the president, as written on Channels TV website. So I'm also going to add another publication. Where is it now? But there is the other part where he said APC end the election victory, and that's, I think I saw that on the Punch newspaper. Yeah, it's on the Punch newspaper, and the caption is APC end election victory must now focus on governance. And the story talked about the president saying that they have worked hard and they have won the presidency, and all the elective officers, the All Progressives Congress, must now focus on service delivery for Nigerians. Right, so what do you think about this? They end the victory. It's one of the most credible elections in the history of Nigeria. Do you agree with your president? I mean, he is your president according to the law. He is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I like to hear your thoughts on that. But to the final big story for today, and it's not that there are no other big stories, but these big stories are what I've selected, because we will not leave here if we go through all the big stories. For instance, Niger Republic cutting ties with Nigeria is a big story. We're not talking about it, but it's a big story because, was it not where the former president, extended our rail tracks to? I'm just asking. I also told Canada, leave that stuff. Come on, respect yourself. But really, I was just, I was thinking earlier. It was okay. Moving on. However, they said they're cutting ties. There's also the big story of the federal government threatening labor with the no work, no pay, rule and all of that stuff. And is it labor? Sorry, the resident doctors. I beg your pardon. Labor has been protesting, and so they're a lot on my mind. But the federal government is threatening resident doctors, and resident doctors have replied, and they have said, whatever you see, don't blame us. But that's also not on our list. Anyways, I was just reading out some of the other big stories that we could have talked about. But let's move on to this one. Keyamo, one order nominated as ministerial list rise to 48. Yesterday on the big story, you and I, we talked about the size of the cabinet, the size of Tinubu's cabinet. We mentioned he was 67 as of yesterday, and we told you, or I told you, that the reason why it was at 67 was because there was the 20 special assistants and what they call that, advisors, 20 of them that were sent for confirmation by the National Assembly some time ago by the president. And then of course we are now going through the ministerial screening now. First 28 names were sent, and yet 16 names, is it 16? No, 28, and then I think 17 names were sent, right? Is it 17, something like that? So a total of oh, my math is really bad, I should say. Anyways, I'm trying to remember how many names did we send again. But the second batch did come, and it was a total of 47 as at yesterday. So doing your additions, then it's 67. However, a name was substituted today. A name was substituted. A lady was removed from the list, and somehow Keyamo. And of course, he has been trending on social media. And why he has been trending is people were, making a mockery of the fact that he did not make the list, and people were saying stuff. And after all he did, all the defense that he put up for the current president while he was a presidential candidate and all of that stuff. And it was shocking for some, surprising for others, unbelievable for a few, that somehow the president put his name on the ministerial list. Now, Miriam Shetty, who was nominated in the second batch, was removed, and Keyamo, Festus Keyamo, and Mariga Mahmood were added to the ministerial list. So if you remove one and add two, it gets us to 48, right? So yeah, that's what it is. So I thought we were quoting down on the cost of governance. That's where I was driving to all this while. I remember at the Economic Council with the governors and also with the vice president, one of the resolutions reached was that they will cut down the cost of governance. But with the number of ministers, I mean, it goes with more money. These people will be paid. There will be bought vehicles. Offices will be created. Officials, staff. I don't know how many of them are there. I do know official portfolios will be created for them that will cost money. And it also takes me to Adamawa State, where the governor there, Fintiri, has decided that he needs 47 commissioners. I need to local governance. I want to get your take on this. 079230002 and 0817923003. There is a very short commercial break, very short one. When we come back from that commercial break, I like to get your thoughts ready, but you can go live on Facebook and start texting. Nigerian to PH is the handle. You can also do that on X, formerly called Twitter, and we're active there as well. Drop your comments in the comment section, or better still, you can do YouTube, where we're live as well. Any of them that you feel comfortable with, drop your comments, or better still, WhatsApp messages to 0809 030 6416. Stay tuned, I'll be right back.
Sincerely, I don't want to wait till I graduate from this school before I think of what to do with my
jump in on the conversation. Let's hear your thoughts. So ring me right now, 017-923-0002, or use the other number, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp messages, 0809-0306-416. Yet again, we are live on Facebook, active on X, formerly Twitter, and live on YouTube, Nigerian Full PH for all of the platforms. I've got Frank, and Frank is calling from D-Line. Frank, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
My name is Frank, calling from D-Line.
All right, welcome.
2023 election is most credible, said Mr. President.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yes, I agree with him. Well, the reason is that this past election, another man from one of the northern states won an election. That's the Labour Party man. So that one alone shows good example. Election is more credible. Even in Abia State, OT for Labour for 1 year. That is the PDP state. One equivalent governor, Dakar State, equivalent governor lost election there. That is to show that this election is most credible. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Robin from HA. Robin, greetings. Welcome on the show. Let's get to hear your thoughts.
Kalada, good evening. Happy weekend to you.
Same to you. Same to you.
I disagree with the president, Senator Tinubu, that the election that brought him in is the most credible election.
All right.
Canada, in the history, since I grew up and I'm still growing, I'm above 50. This is the first time I saw civilians chasing civilians. This is the first time there was town crier all around. People carrying cane, flogging people, chasing people, and you tell me the election is credible? Canada, President Tinubu told us in one of his speeches when he was announced the winner that I know that most of you did not vote for me.
Most did not vote does not mean it was not credible. I mean, look at the result. No, Robin, you brought it up. So listen, look at the result of both Atiku and and Obi. Do an addition and then compare it to how many people voted for Tinubu. Is that not most of them not voting for him?
Okay, Canada, I want to say, but let me shock you. Go in history, the election that brought in former President Goodluck Jonathan, the number that he used, that he was the winner, was far. Go in history, the election that brought in the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, was lower. This past one that Tinubu came in, is not 6.6 million.
It's not six. All right then. All right. Thank you very much, Robin. Moving on. My goodness. Hello, Clinton. Clinton from Bury. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Welcome on the show.
Yeah. I will start with the first one. Workers should expect double pay.
Oh yeah. There's that.
Hello.
I say yeah. There is that. Let's hear your thoughts on that.
Yes. When new knowledge is implemented, I say it's a good one, it's also a bad one.
Okay.
It will be a good one for the civil servants and a bad one for those of us that don't have jobs. Because as you increase minimum wage, the cost of other things will also go up. It's a normal thing in economics. Then our president is saying the 2020 election was the most credible. I wouldn't say it was the most credible. I would say it was relatively very credible.
Okay.
Why did I say so? We moved past the era where we had carry-go. Before, we had just one party system, but moving from 2015, we had a two-party system. Now, in 2023, we have parties like Labour Party win elections, we have NNPP win elections, and also APC win elections. So I think we are making progress. And this is very important because the voters' awareness have risen, and that is why we are having this improvement. Technology is there.
Daniel from Transamadi. Oh my, sorry about that, Daniel. I've got Gift from Port Harcourt. Gift, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Chief K.
Yeah, Gift, welcome on the show.
Thank you very much. You see, nobody goes to ask anything just why good thing happened to them. So for those, for the president that made the ministerial list, to God be the glory on their behalf. But was there a reason given why the other lady's name was removed?
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
For the person Swimmaker. And for Kogi State,
Adamawa.
Sorry, Adamawa. Well, you know how the election went now. So maybe a lot of persons work behind the scene. You understand my point?
All right.
But is Adamawa State bigger than Nigeria?
Of course not.
So if Nigerian government, the federal government will hire 49 ministers, then Adamawa will hire 47 commissioners. Well, I wonder why my name is not for that list.
All right then. All right. Thank you very much, Gift. I've got Daniel from Transamati. Daniel, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome.
According to President Tinubu, 2023 election is over. It's time for governance.
Yeah.
And for him, 2023 election is the most credible election in Nigeria.
Yeah, so he said.
My question is this: is presidential election, that day election that is the Senate House of Rep presidential election, is presidential election credible and transparent?
He did not say perfect. I don't want to defend now, but he said most credible. It means that every other election
and this credible, the European Union and some of the election observers didn't see it. It's only APC. Before Buhari left, he was saying the most credible election. Tinubu have come, the most credible election. Why is it that it is only political party that won election?
That's
that
the
it is the most credible election.
Okay.
Then the other way around, if you look at it logically, is Mr. President not telling me that he knows the outcome of what is going to come out of the judiciary.
Okay.
Because when he says it's time for governor, what does he mean by that? Is he predicting judiciary?
That's why, Daniel, I just opposed two newspaper publications, and one of them said we have ended the victory. It's time for governance. The other one said although it's still in court, one of the most credible elections.
Canada, what I know that as a Nigerian, it's easy to predict election in Nigeria. And it's easy to predict election matters in judiciary. I just feel that this one is not so. But whether we like it or not, we cannot continue to have this kind of election because I witness election. You cannot. If you want to grow society, this thing we have is not an election. It's not about one party or not one party. Presidential election is not credible. There is no sincerity. INEC fail. They set a standard. They fair for it. They didn't follow their own rules, their own guidelines. They fair Nigerians. So if you think that it's transparency, why not INEC, who is the body of this institution that's supposed to organize the election, stand on what they have said? I went for election, I saw it.
All right.
And when it looked like the whole election is overturned by the politicians. As far as I'm concerned, this is the worst election in Nigeria.
Okay.
And tomorrow we begin to condemn military rule in Niger. Why we are doing otherwise here in Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. Daniel, I've got to let you go. I've got Harvest. Welcome from Igbo Iche. Harvest, what's on your mind?
Thank you, Canada. Good evening.
All right, welcome.
This expect double pay. The president to labor.
Presidential spokesman. Presidential spokesman.
This message that move me, but there's some certain area it does not also move me because this double pay that we're talking about. It will not affect all tiers of the government. Like we only had now under 2 or 1 month now that the federal government has paid their own part, and the state government will be struggling to pay their own. Not even talk about this the local government. The local government will let us see whether the local government will pay this money the same time that the federal government will pay or the state government will pay. So it's just like they are making statement that will appease the masses. But it will not help. I don't think it will always do us. But
did you hear the part while I was reading? Did you hear the part where he said that the state governments have gotten more money in recent times, and because they've gotten more money,
if even though they have been having too much money, we are not able to pay pensioner. Even as they were having, even the present one that they have now, we are able to pay pensioner.
All right.
They are just making a statement that we come up and nothing. And then the Adamawa state.
No. I've got quickly. 30 seconds, please. Yeah.
Compared to the federal government 49. I don't know whether they can even cut down the cost of governance.
All right then.
They are just making statement that they cannot implement. Cost of governance is not even, they are not attending to it at all. In all they are commissioning and the ministers. That is my statement.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hector, welcome.
Good afternoon, KD.
Yeah, welcome.
On the ministerial list, the expansion of more ministries, the creation of more ministries. To me, I think it is not really necessary. Nigeria economy is a progressive nation, and I wonder why the president will decide or choose to create more ministries when we are saying that we don't have much funds. We even borrow actually to pay salaries and also to embark on projects. And we are creating more ministries. Creating more ministries requires more money. More ministries, more ministers, more aids, more vehicles, furniture, houses, and so on. So have they considered the implication of creating more ministries? I am not really satisfied, and I'm not okay with that. Then as for President Tinubu, please, KD, whenever you see him, tell him that most of us are not satisfied with the outcome of the result 2023.
All right then. All right, thank you very much. AZ from MOI. AZ, welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
I heard your statement just saying that the federal government said there is no work, no pay.
That's not part of my conversation. I just mentioned it in passing.
Okay. The second now concerning the numbers of ministers being nominated.
Oh, okay.
In President Tinubu's list. I think when they were canvassing for their campaigns, they were pinpointing on corruptions, how to make the country to be good, how to ease the suffering of the masses in the country. How come about the past President Buhari, to reduce some of his ministers, and now he has come again to add additional ministers? Are they going to pay themselves into what they get from their ministry, or they still use the same money people are suffering to get from the Nigerian community to pay them, and their PAs, aides, house girls, and house boys? So it's uncalled for.
All right.
We are really suffering in this country.
All right. Thank you very much, AZ. I've got Elumba from Artillery.
Canada, I greet you.
Good afternoon.
Canada, what shall never end? 2023 election is the most credible election in the history of Nigeria. Canada, I told you I reached my house that day after now I take it to my house. Election took place here after 12. You are a journalist at point of session that day. INEC from Waterline to come to Artillery, he take them to 12 o'clock for them to come. We vote election and we voted it, we want to upload it, nobody go. Before we turn the election we have changed the whole thing. How will anybody think it that the election will be conducted in Obibo, where Igbo people are majority, P2B will lose? How will anybody think about it? Did these people call us an animal? We went to school for God. It's a fact. I don't even know why things are going like this. After they will be complaining that they overthrow government. When you make people fool like this, their mind will get bad and they will be planning evil. They should talk the truth. Even if you want to remain there, remain. At least say the truth first.
All right then. All right.
God bless you, Canada.
All right. Thank you. I've got Fine Mind from Rumo Cruci. Fine Mind, welcome. Hello, Fine Mind. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Tinubu said that the 2020 election is the most credible in the history of Nigeria. Am I right?
Yeah. One of the most credible.
It's one of the most credible. I think that this is not a new statement by president after they have moved their way into government. That's what they always say. To assuage the tension.
But you see, you cannot now Fine Mind. You know the rules. You cannot say he has rigged his way. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
You see, that is the statement
now, can you hear me now, please? I was saying you cannot say the president has rigged his way into the office because there is
no problem.
The matter in court.
I want to remind him that many people did not vote in River State. A lot of people were intimidated. Town criers were, asked to go around so many communities and tell people to vote for a particular party. If not, they should not come out. And also, thank God that the EU came up and gave us their own report, which till today they are still in trouble by it because, of course, it's going to aid the case in the court. So it's not a new talk, and anybody that has been in Nigeria for a while must understand that this has always been their statement. But that will not change anything.
All right, then.
Because they are tired, they cannot consume this trajectory. The past 2 months have been hell for Nigerians. I believe that even those that are judging the case in court are also feeling the pangs of the misrule that was brought about by the government that Nigerians did not vote for.
I have to let you go. And I probably wouldn't. Okay, moving on. Emeka from Imo State. Emeka, welcome.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Most of our callers want me to make call. I wanted to listen.
All right, I get that part.
Why should people be worried for 48 ministers? When you see the scenario that played at April 22, why are they talking about? Do you know that a lot of people are going to, I'm not going to be selected. What they had in February 22 selected. Why are they talking about? You need to compensate them now. All of them there. You know, most of them will sign because paying the naira and what is happening. Look at what they are going through now. None of them can go to court and say government is let Nigeria people feel fine. They are suffering. But they went to court because of naira price. And they told you that time they are going to court because of Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are suffering. Where are they now?
But right now, they say it's for the good. Emeka, they say it's for the good of the land that we've got to make sacrifices. That's what they're saying.
We are saying the same thing. They don't see what Nigerians are going through now. Why can't they go to court? Because they want to see for going to strike. The other they went to court because most of New Canada, that's because of political now they are keeping the federal position against the recommended constitutional organization. Now they are keeping it to forsake. And I think going to case now because anybody that played the role in that poverty must be compensated. I'm not saying after you for now.
All right.
They're not going to say whether you are suffering or not suffering. Look at the former governors in the ministry. You see the way they play during the election. What are you not for? Where are you for time of things for it? None of that are coming because the moment, look at now, the mentioned the Keyamo. The 2 hours after, the Kenya has enlisted. What are you talking? Maybe the second that time.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got to let you go there. Let's read some messages. Let's see. Remember, we're live on Facebook as well, Nigerian 58. We're active on X, formerly Twitter, and we're live on YouTube. This one says, when it favors you, it will always be credible. We're watching Ogori Timi. This one says, good afternoon. If this is assumed to be the best election in Nigeria, then we should be ashamed of ourselves as a country. All right. Okay, if you say so. Let's see. President Tinubu said the election brought development owing to the fact that he worked hard for the emergence of Mr. President, and with this nomination, he has shamed all his critics who felt that Mr. President has abandoned him. Wike Odinaka. This was this afternoon, KD. The president saying this is the most credible election. It may be true because credibility is subjective. To him, this may be the most credible, his opinion, and he's entitled to it. For substituting someone for Keyamo, I want to play the gender card. Why take out a woman? That's on the lighter note, though. The number of ministers is too much. Nobody should use my money to pay so much ministers. I no go agree, Dave. All right, thank you very much. Hannah is saying, why can't they implement the new minimum wage now that things are hard so that workers can start receiving double pay? So finally, Keyamo's name has been submitted among the ministerial list. Credible election indeed, President Tinubu. Thank you. Okay. All right. This one says, long read from Ibiba Tom Manuel. Good afternoon, Mr. KD Batbo. I agree with the president in toto that the 2023 elections was about the best election in the history of Nigeria. I was never sympathetic or a supporter of the candidature of Tinubu, but truth be told, on this, he is speaking the truth, in my humble opinion. In the history of the election, the 2023 elections was the first time that a not too popular or structureless parties came to the scene and nearly dislodged the two established parties, the PDP and the APC. Also, the 2023 elections presented a situation where sitting governors and other elected officials failed to win a re-election or elections into the National Assembly. The 2023 elections presented the most diverse National Assembly in the history of Nigeria, where 9 parties are in the House of Representatives and 8 parties in the Senate and 10 parties in the State Houses of Assembly. Finally, in 2023, a supposed unknown party like the Labour Party got a governor, 8 senators, 34 House of Rep members and 68 State Houses of Assembly. For me, what some disgruntled defeated supporters will say, I support him in this. We have witnessed elections like the 2007 when the outgoing president, in his bid to install his successor, publicly said the election will be a do-or-die affair. From Ibiba Tom Manuel. Thank you very much. Long read, but I wanted to see what it ended like. This one says, good afternoon, Kalada. APC's acting chairman. I don't know what's wrong with our political parties. When the court removed Oshomole, Mai Balabuni was chosen ahead of the 2023 polls. They realized that if the interim party chairman does their primaries, the court may invalidate them. Why? Because they didn't follow their own constitutional provision in replacing their own party chairman. And INEC would not recognize them. Would they say they don't remember? Michael from Okrika. All right, Michael, thank you. Keep your calls coming in. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. I've got Christian. Christian is calling from Port Harcourt. Or Rumigbo, sorry. All right, Christian, welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, Christian, welcome.
Yeah, Canada.
Welcome. I'm
Somebody did, and he just confirmed it with that message, the last, second to the last text message you read, that a lot of people listening to reply and not to understand. Look at how you carefully read out how this election went. Opposition winning 9 members in the House of Assembly. What kind of, have you had that kind of election before in Nigeria? If you look at it from that perspective, what the president has said is a fact.
Okay.
No perception.
Okay.
There's no argument about
so
it.
what's your own perception? Christian, what's your own?
How many people won?
Christian, can you hear
9
me?
parties in the National Assembly and all that. A party that does not have structure nearly won the election. What else are we talking about?
Christian, can you, oh my goodness, I wish I could ask you a question. I really wanted to, but I've got Ima, and Ima is calling from Ebonyi State. Oh my goodness, nice. Hello, Ima, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Ima, welcome.
The statement presented to the president that the last elections were credible and the best in Nigeria.
The most credible.
Was it that the president did not hear that many persons were killed?
But okay, Ima, can I ask you a question? Not that I'm in support to, but in other elections were people not killed?
Was it that because Nigerian citizens don't have regard for human life? Was it why we should come up to say that?
No, but I just asked you. Oh, what happened? What happened? Sorry about that. Please do call back. I've got Mishak. Mishak is calling from Imo State. Mishak, welcome. Please turn off your radio.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome on the show. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mishak calling. You see, as we with what you are saying concerning the ministerial work, people, the president employing again the ministerial work, addition, multiple addition. Whereas we are passing through economic breakdown, economic instability, economic imbalance. My brother, you see, let me tell you, even his campaigning for credibility of 2023 elections, that does not concern me. But let me tell you one thing, that area of credibility of back to credible election. See, in this our country, when I look at it, look at in this our country, one is not admitted to employ the criterion of gentility to describe abysmal level, especially when the event referred to are ugly. And not only that, myself, as you see here, as a man of God, as a gospel preacher, as a man of God, see, I have that sacred duty to cry out when I see the poor being sold out for a pound of sandals. See this country, I will not be a party to the people who say, yes, because I under a bitter cola tree, then I am chewing it. It is dark, and I will say it's not bitter, it's sweet. But when I left that place, that fence, then I will say it is bitter. I'm not that kind of person. I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God.
All right. Thank you, Mishak. Thank you, Mishak. I've got to go. Thank you very much for letting us know that you're a man of God. But moving on Facebook, Victor Paul is saying the president said that the past general election was credible. Mr. President should be coming down. That election was far from being credible. He should just enjoy the office. For the meantime, let's wait for the final judgment of the judiciary. Victor Paul from Oigbo. And where Medino, good afternoon, Canada. Doubling workers' salaries, though a promise to cut off their wings, is not for their interest. It is a sign of weak policies and bad governance. Why not put things in place to caution the effects of rising inflation and hardship? If you like, triple their wages, traders and market forces will swallow it in the marketplace. Paul Chiku says, it is a pity the government does not have a human face. Okay, Sam Udo, my brother, they were the ones who helped the president out. What are you expecting? It is well, God will help us out of bad government. Lawson is calling from Yerigua. Wow. Lawson.
Hello.
Yeah, Lawson.
Canada.
Lawson. Oh my goodness. I wanted to hear I've not spoken to Lawson in a while, but Lawson, do call back and let's get your thoughts on that. Back to WhatsApp, and this one says, good day, Mr. KD. 2 more ministers added. Mr. Kalada, I am photocopying my documents and I am memorizing the sequence and dates of my schooling. I suspect my name would be on that next list. but remember, 2 added, 1 subtracted, so basically just 1 added, so to say. From President Tinubu to add, or for President Tinubu to add more names, it is clear he has done the allocation of portfolios and the position is unallocated. So why not send the names with the portfolios in the first place? On the credibility of the 2023 polls, I see it as a child praising his parents. After all those people being accused of being witches or being diabolical and are being bombarded with die by fire prayers by their haters, are they not loved ones to their kids, wives, husbands, or sugar daddies? Surely credibility here is relative. Tex Oibo, thank you very much. All right, let's take this call. Hello, what's your name?
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, what's your name, please?
Yeah, you said wanted to ask me a question.
Christian, I can't remember the question now. But you mentioned.
I remember. I was telling you that from the text you read.
Yeah.
There is a lot of facts. And let me ask you.
Okay. Now I remember the question, Christian. You said the president's perspective, and I wanted to know what your own perspective is. You mentioned you were arguing for the president's perspective. What's your perspective?
Okay, my perspective is this. You know why when they say the election is credible, free and fair?
Okay.
There is a confidence level it will get, because you cannot talk about election being perfect. That's why they use the word credible, free and fair, depending on where you're standing.
Okay.
But having said that, are we saying that it is only the people that voted for Labour Party that their vote counted, and people that voted for PDP and APC, their vote did not count? Just a question. Because if you're saying that people voted for Labour Party and people are in the House of Assembly because of that vote, people won governorship because of that vote, it is only those ones that counted. But the ones that voted for other parties, they are rich. They did it. There was no people, no Nigerians that voted for them. Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say. Did I say anything? I didn't. I'm just
I'm asking the question.
Okay. I get now.
Because as far as I'm concerned, there are other. We were just in a place in that election. We are not in Zamfara. We are not in Borno. We are not in most part of the.
We're not in every part of River State actually.
So if there is this part of the country and a candidate was so popular, so how are you sure that the other candidates are not also popular in the other part of the country?
All right then. All right, thank you. I've got to let you go at this point. Hello. Hello, what's your name?
Hello.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yes, good evening, sir.
What's your name? Quickly, please.
Yes, I am 80 by name. I think calling from Warfare, please.
All right then, quickly.
Please, I just want to elaborate on a particular topic. Chief information, please. I just like it to just say it, please.
I'm sorry, I've got to let you go there. This one says, let's look at it this way: more ministers, more job creation, drivers, cleaners, cooks. Maybe that's the job creation the president promised. Dave, you're just being sarcastic today. I don't think I like your today's attitude. But hey, that's the much that we can take. More conversations coming your way. But first, the business news at 4. Stay tuned.